At Direct Service Overhead, we know how much trust you put in the individuals who have the privilege of working on the components of your home. We understand that a broken garage door is the last thing you want to be worried about, and most of the time, doors break at the most inconvenient times. Our professionally trained technicians service 24 hours a day, and our high-cycle parts are guaranteed to make a noticeable impact on your garage door without putting a damper on your wallet. If you're looking for need of assistance maintaining your current garage door, our team has the experience and expertise to deliver the results you deserve. Give Direct Service Overhead a call today or visit us online to learn more.
All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, yo! Oh, I still have Mizzou week on the screen. Ignore that. Have not switched that out. Not used to these Sunday. Wasn't prepared for a Sunday game. Had to put that thumbnail together in like 5 minutes. All right. A lot to discuss. Holy crap, the coaching carousel is insane. Oh my gosh, so much movement. Lincoln Riley takes the job at USC. So I know we want to talk basketball. That's what this is, but I wanted to talk about this a little bit. Billy Napier headed to Florida. Oh. So many openings. This is going to be a wild offseason. I mean, it's only began. We still got to get through conference championship week. But the month of December is going to be pretty. I don't know, man. It's going to be gnarly. I'll say that. It's going to be gnarly. This is kind of crazy. I did not see that coming at all. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Remember to like and share the content. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Riley Skird of the SEC. Boy, it sure seems that way. There was I don't know if he's an OU insider or I don't know who he is, but this guy took to Twitter and he said, hang on, let me pull it up here on my phone. This is George Reister III. I don't know. He's got a check mark. Not that means a damn thing anymore. I've heard multiple times that Lincoln Riley was not a fan of Oklahoma going to the SEC. That is the reason he is leaving Oklahoma for USC. USC is not a better job than Oklahoma. It's not. But I do think that the SEC grind is not appealing. Remember, Texas and Oklahoma, the SEC, this isn't the first time that they were approached about joining the conference. In fact, I think OU and Texas this time around actually reached out. But the first time around, there were rumors that the SEC went a knocking on the doors, and Texas and OU was like, nah, we good. I think I don't know if it's the change in the payout from the SEC network or what. I know the Longhorn network does well. I don't know if it was that for those schools, for them to change their minds. I don't know. Little surprised, not going to lie to you. Little shocked, actually. Not too shocked about Napier. I don't know what LSU's going to do. Like, are they regretting firing Ed Orgeron? I mean, they shouldn't be, because Ed Orgeron, and it seemed like he really didn't have control of what was going on down there. Of course, there's the allegations that he knew about some stuff that had happened off the field, and he didn't take action. Which sadly is it's become far too common in college, on college campuses. But these coaches have a responsibility, and if you're not holding your players, if you're not holding them responsible, then I mean, I don't blame them. And not only that, I mean it's been a little lackluster. Last year and this year were well below LSU standards, right? I don't know what they do. Franklin's locked down at Penn State. Riley's headed to USC. Napier's headed to Florida. There's still options. Now you have Heupel, Tennessee's head coach, rumored to now. I don't know if he's actually in talks, but it's rumored that OU people want him there. They want him. OU people want Heupel. I mean, you win 7 games year one at Tennessee, like, that's pretty damn good. If it happened, this wouldn't be the first time that Tennessee's lost a coach after just 1 year. The last guy to do it is currently the head coach at Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin was there for 1 year, and he bolted for USC. When was that? 2020. When was that? I forgot. It feels like it was just like six or 7 seasons ago, but I think it was further down the road. So, yeah, the coaching carousel, we'll touch on this tomorrow. Bowls. Where are we going? What bowl is Arkansas going to play in? I think it's kind of I don't know. I was thinking pretty strongly it was going to be the Gator, but it sounds like that might not be automatic. So, may not be the Gator. There's still some other possibilities. Someone had rumored that Citrus would be in play, but apparently the U of A put out an email today to their season ticket holders. Then they didn't mention the Citrus. Now, I thought that was a bit of a reach. Definitely don't think they're going to Citrus. At least not right now. I mean, who knows? You still got to get through SEC, or you got to get through championship week. All right. Look, you're undefeated. Arkansas basketball undefeated, taking on a scrappy Penn team that gave them kind of pressured them there in the second half. Arkansas had a pretty big lead. I think it was up to like 22 points. I want to say is what I had jotted down. But so we'll get into that more in just a second. Let's talk about the sponsors really fast. Of course, a shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company who operate out of Central and Northwest Arkansas. They will repair or replace your garage door. If you got a neighbor, if you know maybe a contractor friend who's looking for someone to do some garage door work, they're looking to hit someone up, go give them a call. Their link is provided for you down below in the description box. Again, that's Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company. Stated Apparel, they make the softest shirts right here in the state of Arkansas. Stated Apparel has a unique shirt just for you from State Pride. Funny, sassy, sarcastic, and pop culture. Our shirts are hand-printed on premium material that will leave you feeling and looking great. Our shirts, our store has something for everyone. And again, their link is provided for you down below. And we'll get into the bowl discussion, and I really want to talk about a look back tomorrow on the season. I think tomorrow's show, given that I'm able to finish out all my notes and scripts for the morning, tomorrow's show we're going to talk about just a look back on Arkansas football through 2021, kind of a look back on the Sam Pittman era, where we're at. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow's show. I'm really excited for it. We'll also talk about the bowl possibilities. Again, we're not going to know anything until conference championship week, but I think bowl selection is the following Sunday, if I remember right. It's either the following Sunday or Monday evening. I don't know, but I think we'll know. I think we'll know this time next week where Arkansas is headed. So yeah, let me read chat here really quick. Remember, live chat is up and rolling. Live chat is up and rolling. Super chat. If you want your comment to be read, super chat should be up and rolling. Patreon members, all of yous guys, thank you so much. Special shout out to you. We already talked about our sponsors and to you guys here in live chat. I appreciate you. Let's scroll up here and read. What is with these lower tier teams? We get up for Kansas State and Cincinnati just for Penn to lose by 15. Tony, that's the nature of basketball. And we know too that Musselman he experiments a little bit with his rotation, although it seems like it's more and more solidified. You got to remember, man, these kids, to these teams like this, to these type of programs, this is the closest thing they might get to tournament type atmosphere, environment. They're going to show up and give you their best game. I think too often, now look, it could be a sign of things to come. I don't know. Maybe Arkansas is, maybe they do have some deficiencies still that they may never get solved this year. And I wonder what's going on with perimeter defense still. I'm not blown away by Arkansas's play outside this year so far. They've shown at times, they flashed at times really good defense out on the perimeter, defending the three and knocking down threes. And then, you have a game where you shoot 15% or like tonight, you don't shoot too well outside and you still have trouble defending the perimeter. Can't believe they ejected Tony for that earlier in the game. I'm not dying on any hills on that one. I'm not. I get it. They charged the other guy with a foul. Some would argue, why was he still left in the game when he was the instigator? I'm not dying on any hills. What I did find impressive was when he left the court, I thought from that point on, Arkansas would he feels like he's kind of the glue, and I know people hate that term, but you kind of felt like Tony, that dude is the glue. He's so good at boxing out, getting offensive rebounds. He's such a big piece of what they do underneath. And they did a pretty good job. You could argue that, in fact, the first several minutes he was ejected is when they got their largest lead of the night. I think they made second half adjustments and Penn played a lot better. Their zone was tough. They were not giving up in the first half, and for a good chunk of the second half, they weren't giving up anything easy inside. Hit the like button on your way in. Look at John. Look at John Kuhn. You go. Scott Swindle. I'll take some popcorn. Wow, what a wild day in college sports. I know, Alex. Ryan Jones says, I know it's going to happen anyway, but Hog fans need to stop overreacting to games like this. I agree with that. We dominated this one wire to wire despite having another poor night from beyond the arc. You're exactly right. The fact that you held a 20-point lead at least for, 20% of this game without Tony, with your poor shooting outside. It wasn't your best night shooting period from the floor. And the fact that you maintained a double-digit lead throughout the vast majority of this game is saying something. Now, they were missing their guy too. There's no doubt. They were missing their guy Dingle. They're missing their guy Dingle for sure. The guy averages 19 points a game. He's solid, 33% outside shooter. He's kind of the full thing for them. Lincoln Riley's scared of the SEC. Yeah, your Rams playing the Packers right now. I know, and I don't like their odds. And I started everybody. I started Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and OBJ tonight. I started OBJ over Jefferson. I know I'm doing the homer thing, and I'm taking all the Rams. Man, it's hard to argue with what they were doing on offense earlier this year. You can't be ejected for that. Well, I don't know, man. He clearly knew what he was doing, and I don't know. Maybe it's a 50-50 call. Maybe it's not. I'm not dying on any hills here. Maybe it was the right call. Maybe it wasn't. I think that I don't blame the officials. But it is what it is. Pittman needs to be let go. All right, says Frosty. All right. Right. Ash says the way LSU finished this year shows more about Ed than the championship run. These kids really play for him, even them knowing he was done. Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, that game, almost everything you need to have happen happened. The only game, and I knew Kentucky was going to blast the doors. I did not. And I know, here's the thing, Louisville was favored in that game against Kentucky, which is mind-blowing. They were favored. I don't remember the margin, but they were favored. Kentucky destroyed them. Now, Louisville's not a good football team. I think Kentucky's way overrated, even though they're not ranked. But I just felt like this was just a lopsided matchup. Louisville they had no business. I think the I want to say they were favored. Louisville was favored by like 7. I thought that was ridiculous. I would have definitely. I don't know who I'm pretty sure I picked on Mark Rogers' pick'ems. I'm pretty sure I picked Kentucky in that game, if that was an option. If not, I know before kickoff I was telling a friend of mine Kentucky's going to kill them. I'm thinking Citrus Bowl if Bama makes college football if they make college football playoff. It's been between us and Kentucky. Thing is Kentucky's behind you in rank. So yeah, I don't know. Tony's ejection definitely helped Penn not let that one get totally out of hand. Yeah. Chad Morse really could end back up at SMU, says Addison. I don't think so. Tell me 3 reasons why Pittman is better. Okay. That's clearly a bullshit account there. That's a what a troll. It is 11 a.m. next Sunday for call. Okay. So next Sunday, 11 o'clock. All right. I knew it was Sunday. I just wasn't sure on time. So that'll be cool. We probably will go live for that afterwards. I can't stream it because I'm not getting my channel taken down, but we will probably talk about it afterwards. Burks could have broke way more records if it wasn't for Chad not using him enough freshman year. Okay, look, he was a freshman, right? Knox was clearly year 1 was the guy to go to. He was the guy that they wanted to throw the ball to. Burks was really raw. They were all raw as freshmen. I mean, you got to remember the quarterback situation, and Chad didn't help matters. I see that argument for sure. If it wasn't for Morris, we wouldn't have. I mean, you're not wrong about that, or Jalen Catalon for that matter. I think Addison's nervous because once Lane leaves, they're back to the bottom. Yeah, Ole Miss is not the kind of school. Well, we know what they did with Hugh Freeze and how they got to where they were at. I mean, they clearly cheating their balls off, and and managed to. I mean, they had some really good years under Hugh Freeze, and we know why. But they did a good job. They hired Lane Kiffin, and he's been a great addition for them. He's been a great coach for Ole Miss. Here's what I want to know. Does Ole Miss win 10 games with their fraudulent bullshit feigning goat act on defense? Do they win 10 games without that? Because I don't think they do. I really don't. I'm not saying that makes them a bad team, but their defense was already suspect. And that's going to be Lane Kiffin's MO, which is why it's going to be hard for them to ever win the SEC. You've got to have better defensive play. It is hard to be an offense only, to be that bad on defense. Now, they did improve a little bit. They were really good at getting after the quarterback. But a lot of feigning goat bullshit players drop it. Like, I don't think they win 10 without that. I really don't. They needed everything against Arkansas, and they needed Arkansas to fail on a 2-point conversion. That's not me being salty at all. That's me just stating facts. That's the fact of the matter. Arkansas dialed up. I don't know if it was the right play call or not. That might be discussed for the remainder of Sam Pittman's career as a head coach. I liked it. I thought it was gutsy. The actual call itself, up for debate. Could KJ have done something different? But I just don't think Ole Miss, I don't think they win 10 without their feigning goat act on defense. For those of you coming in late, yeah, Mizzou, it is definitely not Mizzou week. I haven't changed that screen out yet. So I got everything done except that before the show. Let's see. We made 63% of our shots inside the arc. They did. Got a ton of efficient looks, especially at the rim. Jalen's passing was a massive part of that. Such high IQ player. I agree, Ryan. I was really, really impressed with, first off, Jalen overall played a really solid game. But how about Amude? I hear him. He's called different. His play tonight was awesome. I was really impressed with him, and so Arkansas wins this thing 76 to 60. They win it by 16. Slackert was a problem. Nobody could defend this kid. He found his way behind everybody. He moved around really well. I was pretty impressed with him. I would take him as a Razorback. I think he's a redshirt sophomore. I kind of wonder, depending on what you look at it in terms of the portal, I wouldn't mind at all if Musselman went after someone like Slackert. That guy balled out against Arkansas. He had 25 points, a couple of steals. He did turn it over 3 times, and he had 3 fouls, but he was 4 of 5 at the line, 3 of 8 from three-point range, 9 of 15 total from the floor. Really impressed with him. Their bench, they got quite a bit of production. Monroe came off the bench and got him 14 points. Moshevitz, that guy was pretty good for them too. He had 4 steals, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and a block. But he also turned it over 3 times and got into a little bit of foul trouble with 3. But, Penn was pretty impressive tonight, but Slackert was the guy I couldn't take my eyes off of. Like, he was pretty solid tonight. They couldn't defend him. J.D. Note, he got around J.D. Note. I was a little surprised Likes wasn't on him more because he was making it look really easy around J.D. Note. And J.D. Note, like I've said all year, he's been wide on rice on defense. He's been superb on the defensive end of the floor. I mean, you don't get very many open looks. You're going to get lost sometimes. You're going to get lost, especially in zone. You're going to get tripped up or something. They're going to kind of stunt you outside, and they're gonna kick it around, and they're gonna get an open look, and maybe J.D. Note will probably be responsible for one of those a game, maybe. But for the most part, J.D. Note is very difficult to get around. He's difficult to shoot over. He's difficult to dribble against. He's gonna force tackle, or he's gonna force steals, or he's gonna force you to make mistakes. And he's done that every game. As hard as I've been on him, especially in KC, I'm still impressed with his defense. So Slackert again, 25 points. Their second leading scorer, Monroe, who came off the bench and logged 27 minutes. Slackert got 33. Martz ended up with 36. Remember, they were missing their best player. Does he make that big of a difference? I don't know. You're talking about a guy whose production's like 20 points a game, shoots north of 32, 33% outside. It's probably a closer game with him on the floor. The way Arkansas has done a good job of, at least since Kansas City, forcing more contested shots. I don't know if that makes much of a difference versus him or not. But, they rotate. They had – how many guys got significant time here? 1, 2, 3, 4 players with over 30 minutes, and then 5 over 25 minutes. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5. Okay, I was right. 25 minutes or more, you had 5 players in that rotation. Arkansas, again, shoots south of 20% at three-point range. They're 3 of 17 beyond the arc. They were 50% overall from the floor. Easy looks underneath. J.D. Note flying by people, getting some easy points. The guy, to me, that looked awful was Likes. And he's had his minutes reduced. His minutes tonight were 16. Now, I don't know if that's just simply because maybe he's in the doghouse or Musselman just didn't like his play tonight. He had no points in 16 minutes, 0 for 7 overall, 0 for 2 at three-point range. He did have he had one rebound and a steal and an assist. Little bit of production, but nothing. At 16 minutes, that's not very. Those aren't good minutes. They're not horrible minutes, but they're not very good, especially for a shooter. For a shooter, those are horrible minutes. But overall, on the floor, there was some contribution there, but that's not going to do it. Amude got 19 points off the floor, 7 rebounds. He also knocked down a couple threes, 2 of 3. Again, he was 7 of 10 inside. I mean, he shot so well. He took some good looks. How about Connor Vanover with the fadeaway? He only had 6 points, but that was a beautiful little fadeaway. But your leading scorer and your MVP of this game, without a doubt, was J.D. Note, who damn near had a double-double. 9 rebounds. No offensive rebounds, which that's not surprising when he's the guy. Him and Likes are jacking up so many balls. It's not surprising, but he didn't end up with 9 defensive rebounds. He's attacking the boards. It's like you've got to take the good with the bad with him. He's going to take ugly, gross shots. He's going to shoot poorly at three-point range. He was 0 for 6 tonight, but he still wound up, despite that, with 28 points. Only 2 shots, only 2 points from the free throw line. So you're not talking about a guy that went to the line a whole bunch. It's not like he went to the line 7 or 8 times tonight. He was 2 of 4. He found a way to get points. That's what he can do. When he actually maneuvers inside, or they operate out of pick and roll, out of the pick and roll, or if they're going to try and spot up guys outside, JD Note can find a way to break loose and get easy points at the rim. He could finish at the rim pretty damn well, but he can also knock down mid-range jump shots when he wants to. Doesn't usually settle for him. He's capable of scoring from all 3 levels. I would say his mid-range is okay, but where he gets the most points is where he's trying to finish at the rim. At least that's what we saw tonight. I mean, again, he went 0 for 6 outside. Kamani Johnson got some quality minutes, 6 minutes. I guessed 5. No, I guess 4. He ended up with 6. He had 2 offensive rebounds, 1 defensive rebound, a block with 2 points. Those are okay. That's an example of good production on the floor with just 6 minutes. Wade played a little bit tonight with 5. KK got 8 minutes tonight, didn't do anything. So, Amude and Note and Tony. Of course, Tony, who I think could have had his first double-double tonight had he not been ejected. 4 rebounds, 12 points. Again, 2 offensive rebounds. In 19 minutes of play, he got 12 points, 4 total rebounds, and a steal. Arkansas's turnover to assist ratio, again, not where you want it. It's not, 17 assists, 15 turnovers. Far too many turnovers. You're not winning games by 20. Like some of you want 25, 30-point blowouts. You're definitely not doing that when you're turning the ball over that much. Luckily, Penn did the same. They ended up with 15 turnovers. Their assist to turnover was not good, 11 total assists. And they were without their star, and you could make the same argument for Arkansas for 70% of this game. They were without one of their stars. They have so many. They have guys, again, Note, and Likes has shown that he could be a badass. Tony has been great. Connor Vanover continues to get some pretty good minutes on the floor. Jalen Williams, who had, 6 assists, 9 rebounds with a steal. And they're doing all this, too, without getting into serious foul trouble. Have you guys noticed that? Have they had a single player foul out? I don't think they have. And that includes close games. That includes games that kind of go down to the wire where they've had at least 1 or 2 of those where games take place. What really happens are in those final, 5-6 possessions. Typically, you see guys get into a little bit of foul trouble because they're trying too hard. They over-pursue a player and they make contact. You see that all the time in late games. They're doing such a good job. They might have 1 player fouled out this year, but I don't think so. I don't know that they've had more than a couple occasions this year where they've been in some serious foul or like any kind of foul trouble, maybe once or twice. I thought that in Kansas City. I thought that with those first games in Bud Walton and then tonight. So I think they're doing a good job there. How much of that is the officials kind of letting them play? I have noticed that more. I also saw a lot of Arkansas got some home cooking tonight because that's how it goes, but we've also seen opponents come into Bud Walton and, like I said it earlier in Discord, saw a player get completely leveled by one of Penn's bigs. completely runs down the floor trying to go after an out-of-bounds ball and leveled, I want to say it was Amude, completely leveled the guy. Nothing. And the official, I mean, it's within his, it's right there. And he's looking here, but it's right here. I don't know. I saw that. I saw stuff like that. Definitely saw some moving screens and a little bit of, didn't see a whole lot of over the backs tonight, but for the most part, I think this was a pretty well officiated game. Again, you're going to see those obvious things like that. And again, I'd probably have to watch that again. Maybe I missed something, but it looked to me like that was a clear foul, even if they were both going for the ball. I mean, the contact there with their big on top of Amude, I just don't know how you don't call that. Regardless, right? But for the most part, this game went quick, and I think the rhythm of the game, and it's one of the reasons why Arkansas maintained a double-digit on average. What do they average on? Like a 14, 15-point lead the entire night, or most of the night. It didn't get interrupted. The officials didn't have this large impact, this huge impact on the game when you're talking about the pacing of the game, right? When you're getting foul call after foul after foul after foul, it disrupts the pace. And Arkansas, we know how good they could play when they play a little bit more up-tempo, a little bit quicker ball. I'm still shocked, Aston says, for Lincoln Riley going. I am too. I don't know. I don't really understand that move. I really don't. Did he really piss his pants about the SEC? Again, we know there's been people that have said this. They said this a while back, that Lincoln Riley did not like the decision for Oklahoma to join the SEC. Did he piss his pants about coming to this conference? Because it certainly looks that way to me. You can stream during the selection show as long as you don't have the video. Well, yeah, I mean, right. I'm not. I would rather do it afterwards, right? I don't want to stream the entire time just sitting here watching the. Then how am I going to keep up with it other than refreshing Twitter? Kiffin might leave to Miami, says Ash. Have y'all heard Lincoln Riley is at USC now? I don't know. I'm sure he bolted. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he bolted, if he left. And Likes is so fun to watch. I really enjoy that dude. He's a lightning bolt running around. He is fast. He can forces turnovers, plays really well. It's just sometimes a shot selection. He gets real selfish with the ball. I mean, and you know the saying, shoot or shoot. We're going to probably say that about 1,000 times this year, but and sometimes guys do got to shoot themselves out of their funk. But I'm not a big fan of that. I've never been a big fan of that, and I've heard it so much. Pinto told me that on Twitter a couple years ago. And I forgot who it was. Someone was just horrible. I felt like it cost us a lot of wasted possessions. I don't remember who it was. It might have been an off game by Daryl Macon. I don't remember. It's been a little while ago. Might have been a Mason Jones rough day or Isaiah Joe. I really can't remember. No, it wasn't Macon. It would have been. I think it was Isaiah Joe. And I made a comment, and Pinto says shoot, or you got to shoot out of your funk. I don't buy into that. Because what happens when you go down the floor, and JD Note and Likes have both done this. When they go down the floor, they don't run any set plays. They don't run anything. They just dribble, shoot. No passing. Or they might pass it back and forth between Likes and JD or whoever. Maybe Jalen Williams, and then Jalen kicks it back to JD and he takes the shot. I'm not a fan of shooters shoot and they keep missing. When you're shooting like you were tonight, you were 3 of 17. You were sub 20%. That doesn't win you a lot of games, especially with as many shots as Arkansas takes. I don't know where they are ranked in the country in terms of shots taken at 3-point at beyond the arc. They got to be up there. They take a lot of shots, but you're not winning many games when you shoot 17 times outside and you're only knocking down 18% of them. You're not going to win a lot of games. I think Arkansas's game is finding guys, kicking the ball back outside, getting a little bit of ball movement down underneath the paint, and getting some easy buckets. Letting guys like Tony, Note, letting him drive the lane, maybe kick it out, and then they get a little bit of ball movement going on underneath the net and find a way to get some easy buckets inside. Maybe you kick it out. Defenses swarm. They swarm. That's our new word here. They swarm to the whoever has the ball underneath. They're fearful of what Arkansas could do because they've gotten some easy points at the bucket tonight or all season. They've managed to do a really good job, whether it's not so much putbacks. They've done well dunking, right, getting the ball, finding a way to score one way or another underneath the bucket. They've done a pretty good job of that. I don't mind every once in a while when they try to cover the inside and you're kicking it out and you've got an open look or an uncontested shot or a guy who's a couple steps behind out on the perimeter and you've got the easy shot there. I don't mind it. Sometimes when you're on fire and you're draining threes or let's say you're 2 of 5 shooting outside, you're kind of feeling it. Maybe you've made the last couple in a row and you're going to try it again. I don't mind that every once in a while, but we're seeing that when these guys are cold. We're seeing them just settle, dribble, shoot. But tonight it wasn't so much that. Honestly, tonight the ball movement was better. And I'm not complaining about that at all. There were some junk shots tonight for sure. So I'm starting to wonder if Likes, again, he only got 16 minutes tonight. No points. Not very good production at all. 0 for 7. Overall 0 for 2 at 3-point range, right? Didn't get to the free throw line, which is something that's a part of his game that makes him so strong. It could have been, too, that this game was just so well in hand that Musselman just didn't want to use him. That's also a possibility, but then J.D. Note logs 36 minutes, so I don't know. And it also could have just been the combination and the rotation he liked. We know he's going to experiment. I mean, we saw 2 or 3 guys on the floor tonight. I wasn't so sure they would get any minutes at all. And they did. Kamani Johnson got 6 minutes, like I said. Wade with 5. Robinson with 8. Amude, I think this is the most minutes he's logged all year. He got 34 minutes off the bench. So, yeah, I don't think they're just not good right now. Right now, I'm not saying they can't be better, but they're just not good outside in the perimeter on offense or defense. They're just not there. Defensively, they've kind of been up and down. They've had some moments where it's like, my God, they figured it out. They're playing great perimeter defense. And then you have a game like tonight where they had several open looks. Luckily, they could only make 7 of them. But they were, again, Penn ended up shooting 7 of 27, 26%. So, yeah. But overall, though, there's no need to panic. If someone's panicking about tonight, I don't know. I think you're overreacting. But, yeah, better ball movement tonight. Turnovers are what got them, without a doubt. Turnovers were the only reason why they were able to cut that lead down from whatever it was, 21, 22 points, down to they got it down to 10. I don't think they ever got it back down to single digits. Maybe they did for a possession or two. But your turnovers, you cut those in half. They don't go on any kind of a run. They did go on, I think it was a 7-0 run in the second half. Penn did. But Arkansas, who went on a 14-2 run early in this game, part of the reason why they were able to pull away. Yeah, we talked about them. Penn this year, 3-5 on the year. They're an Ivy League school. Not one of these wins that you're going to chalk up, I don't think, like the NIU, right? NIU, who beat a ranked opponent. I think that was on the road, too. A team that you struggled with earlier this year. Now they just turn around. They beat a top 20 team on the road. It might have been at home. Regardless, they got to win against a ranked opponent. I could be wrong, but I don't think 3-5 Quakers are going to do that. But I was impressed. I mean, again, they did this without their star. They sort of kept the game, almost within reach, thanks to Slikert and Monroe with their on the floor production tonight. I was pretty impressed with Penn. Wish them the best. They're now 1-4 on the road. Arkansas improves to 6-0. I believe we have our updated AP rankings tomorrow for basketball, I believe. So hopefully it'd be nice if they get that done tomorrow morning before I go live, but I don't know if they do or not. That might be one they do later in the day. But yeah. All right. What's up, Ty? What's up, Hero Blake? How you doing? How's it going? Yeah, I question if Muss once likes to have the ball at the end of games. He knows they're going to foul him just because of likes free throw shooting, and maybe that's why he doesn't pass it. Well, but it's early in games too where he doesn't pass. It's not just the end of the games; it's the entire game. He's not. I saw him. I mean, he moved the ball better tonight. Again, their passing was a lot better tonight. Didn't rack up a ton of assists, but that's a pretty good margin there. Pretty good assist numbers for them tonight. turnovers are what killed them. Turnover margin was even tonight, I think. NIU beat the Bonnies on the road pretty handily. Yeah. It was a good win for them. Huge. Chance is a true freshman, not going to get many minutes. No, he won't. Chance is going to be lucky to see it. I hope he sticks it out because I think he's got a high ceiling. I really do. Top 10 Hogs this week. I think so. I don't know how you move him out. There's been some movement in front of him. I don't mind Likes being selfish at the end of close games when we had the lead. And yeah, exactly. That's fine, right? He's automatic at the free throw line at the end of the game, and you understand that situation. But it's like the entire game when he plays, when he's on the floor, this year he's kind of struggled getting the, moving the ball around a little better. If shooters shoot watching let's see. Hang on. I know shooters shoot watching Note. I've seen him pull from Curry range like 2 to 3 times this season. Yeah, and we've also seen him just – he was 0 for 6 tonight. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he can. And shooters do shoot. But when you're like 0 for 5, 0 for 6, 1 for 9, and you keep jacking up threes and you're wasting possessions, it drives me crazy. I want to see a little bit of movement. That's all I'm asking. I don't mind open, uncontested shots if you could find them outside. And they have done a pretty decent job of finding those open looks outside, especially I think when they have that combination of Jalen Williams and Tony, which they didn't have for the vast majority of this game. So, but I hear what you're saying. Definitely at the end of the game, I want Likes to have the ball. He deals so well with full court pressure. He can just dribble in between it. He moves really well against full court pressure. He doesn't, from that aspect, when he's bringing the ball out, he doesn't turn it over. He's good at trying to avoid and prolong the drive without getting fouled, But even then, he's good at, even if he gets fouled, it's almost like he's just automatic at the free throw line. I don't mind him having the ball in his hands in the final minute and a half, 2 minutes, depending on the score, right? But he is fun to watch. There's no doubt about that. I really enjoy it too when he's making those just ridiculous, when he's making shots underneath down low. Like it doesn't seem possible and he's able to do it. It's fantastic. Scott Swindle, $5 super chat says we need a couple more games to gel. I agree with that. If Note can hit them threes, we good, but man, he bricks. He does. I agree, Scott. He's bricked a lot. I don't know if you already read this, but 13 and 14 teams. Yeah, all but Vanderbilt. That is correct, Tony. All teams in the SEC are bowl eligible. Man, bowl selection is going to be really interesting to watch. See where all these teams land. Who gets the better bowl, A&M or Arkansas, right? Chance is going to have to deal with Smith and Walsh coming in next year. Yeah, might be gone after first season here. But he'll also have to compete with Pinion, Jackson Robinson, Ford. Yeah. I really want Devo to be more aggressive at times. What's up, Derek King? How you doing, man? Ryan Jones says, also, Likes is fantastic exploiting he is getting through traps. I agree. The defense throwed him because how quick he is and how tight his handles are. Right when you think he's going to turn the ball over, he doesn't. From that aspect, you enjoy what you get out of him. But again, too often he just, I don't know, he just jacks up threes or he'll drive the lane and he'll go cold in the lane. And what I like about his game when he's on and when he does it, again, he's one of those guys. He knows when there's not a look, so he'll kick the ball around underneath, and he'll find someone open. And he's I don't know if you've noticed, he's hit a couple of those no look passes. He's really good at kind of creating someone else's shot, and I enjoy that about him. I really do. I think that from that aspect, I would rather him do stuff like that than dribble, shoot, or dribble, drive the lane, no kicking out or anything. I just want to laugh at the fan base that gets stuck with the Birmingham Bowl. Okay, we'll be back. We'll have this updated tomorrow. We won't have Mizzou week on here. We'll be back in the morning. We're going to take another look at what Arkansas accomplished this year. We do have some recruiting updates, some pretty good information coming out, and so we'll discuss a little bit tomorrow on that. Again, we'll probably go over the bowl selection. That's going to be a point of interest all week. I get that. So we're going to have all week to discuss, bowl possibilities. Where do the Razorbacks end up playing in a bowl game? And so recruiting, a look back. We'll kind of cover all that throughout the week. So, but especially tomorrow, I want to take a look at what Arkansas accomplished and do a little bit of bragging on Sam Pittman. And are there some areas where we're still concerned and maybe a little bit of a look towards the future? So thanks, Ty. Always good to hear your perspective. Been fun. Appreciate it, Ryan. I'll see you guys in the morning. All right. Undefeated. Razorback basketball still undefeated. Still playing pretty good ball. And I'm having a good time watching them and covering them. So, all right. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. Be there. Woo pig suey.